Hey guys, this is Golden Knight 27. I'm going to be doing a kind of a personal video for myself, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal some of the cards that I have in my personal collection. I'm only going to do 10 for today. So this particular binder that I have, it's a very small one. It's a 4-pocket portfolio style binder, and so this never leaves my house at all, and it just kind of holds the cards that are most dear to me within this. So these cards are never up for trade. They're not ever going to be for sale or anything like that. These are going to be cards that I value at all times, and I just want to share them with you guys just so that you guys can kind of get to see a little bit different version of myself. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you guys some of the cards and reveal why they're important to me. Alright guys, so the first card that I've got for you guys is one that I recently acquired within the last month. So I actually got it while trying to trade for something else. So the card that I was actually trying to get was an anniversary edition Redeyes Black Dragon, and I was able to acquire another card for my brother, but I also got this card kind of as a piece of that trade. It was a big trade. Yeah, a lot of cards were traded for this. So here's what I've got. So this is the Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. So I'm going to take it out of the sleeve just so you guys can see it a little better, just because the glare is not going to allow you to really see it as great. So I've got this one in an extra sleeve as well. And my camera doesn't really like secret rares that much. So this particular card, like I said, recently acquired it. Reason why I like this card is because it's one that I've wanted for such a long time. Once I discovered that it existed, and finally got it, and it was just awesome. Didn't have to spend a dime on it, and this one does hold a pretty decent value. It hasn't really gone down that much in price since its release, but with the Dragons of Legends, Dragons Unleashed coming out soon, I do see this probably dropping in price. But this one is a first edition from the first Dragons of Legends set. And so one thing you guys probably don't know about me, even though you guys know that I love Redeyes, I like the Dark Magician stuff as well. Dark Magician is probably my second favorite of the monsters that the main characters use. So getting this was pretty awesome, and I love this card. I'm glad that I own it. So I'm just going to sit that one right there. Next card, Redeyes Black Dragon. This one you guys probably should have seen coming. You guys know that Redeyes is my most favorite card. So this one I've had for over 10 years. And this particular one isn't my first one, but it's probably like the third one that I ever got. But this is the one that I've had the longest, just because my other two, I remember one I lost in a duel back during the Battle City times when we were pretending we were dueling for cards, and we were actually dueling for cards. So I lost one, I got it back, and then I remember having a second one, but I don't know what ever happened to it. But this one has been with me the longest, so pardon the glare. But Redeyes Black Dragon is one of my most valued cards. This one is very old. I've ran it in my Redeyes deck and dark decks and beatdown decks for a long time. But recently, over the last like month and a half to 2 months, I decided that it was time for this one to no longer get played anymore. As you can see, it's got some wear to it, just from being played so much. At times before I knew better, I might not have had it in a sleeve. So this guy, he recently made it to the binder. I replaced him with a different copy. So yeah, my Redeyes Black Dragon, one of my most valued cards. Next card, this one is the MRD Metal Raiders Black Skull Dragon, and this one used Summon Skull and Redeyes Black Dragon. So this card I've also had for a very, very long time as well. So this one, it's not a first edition, but it is really nice to have, ultra rare, really cool card. I value it because I've had it for a long time. I've had it over 10 years, and I mean, I've created him many times within duels, and even until recently, kind of at the same time as my Redeyes getting pulled out of the deck and being put into the binder, I put him in there at the same time as well. So really nice card. Black Skull Dragon, you don't see him too much these days, so I place a high value on that guy. Next card is a card that I recently got within the last like 2 to 3 months, I would say. It kind of goes back to the ARG State Championships. And so that is the starter deck Kaiba Blue Eyes White Dragon, ultra rare. This one is not first edition, but it's really neat just because I used to have the Blue Eyes back in the day, but I'm pretty sure I traded him for other stuff because, you know, Blue Eyes was never my favorite. So I, you know, didn't place that high value on him back then, but now, you know, I respect the card. The card is pretty iconic within the game, and I respect Kaiba as a character, and I respect the value of this card. So Blue Eyes White Dragon has been around for a very long time, and he's seeing a resurgence like that the other two, that the Dark Magician and Redeyes haven't really seen. So Blue Eyes is going to be possibly top tier meta deck coming very soon in the TCG, so place a high value on this card, not because of that, but just because it's just iconic. So that's another card that I like as well. Next one is going to be a different Blue Eyes. This one is going to be a Ghost Rare. So the story behind this one is I actually had bought my wife a copy of this online because she loves Blue Eyes White Dragon a whole lot more than I do. So I bought her one online, kind of for her personal binder collection. And, you know, I was thinking, hey, I kind of want one of those as well. So coincidentally, we had went out of town, and there was a game shop that had the Haunted Minds premium gold sets. So we picked up 2 of the mini boxes, and, you know, I opened up one of the mini boxes, and this was one of the cards that I had. So Ghost Rare, it's my favorite, well, not my favorite, but one of my favorite Ghost Rares that were ever made. Blue Eyes White Dragon, it's really nice. I just love the way that it looks. So I love this card. You know, as I've stated, I'm not a huge Blue Eyes fan, but, you know, getting a Ghost Rare Blue Eyes White Dragon is pretty cool, so no complaints. Alright, next card. This one is going to be a very old card, so bear with me. Not a lot of you newer players may be familiar with this, but this is Yacht. This guy is kind of responsible for the ban list kind of being in place amongst other cards. So this guy was released in the Legacy of Darkness, and so this guy, when you do battle damage to your opponent, then you prevent them from drawing a card, and the ability to not be able to draw a card in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's pretty nasty. So drawing is everything in this game, and this guy at one point had the Yacht lock, in which you would just prevent your opponent from being able to play the game, basically. So I respect Yacht a lot just because of the Yacht lock, and he's a really, really old card, secret rare, and he's a 0/0/0 card, which you guys will kind of see if I do another one of these videos. I'm a huge fan of 0/0/0 cards. I don't know why. The cards without numbers are pretty cool. Alright, next card is going to be one that got played a lot when I was a kid. This was Dark Magician. This one is from the Yugioh starter deck. So I've had this card over 10 years as well, about just as long as I've had the Redeyes Black Dragon. So I've had this particular Dark Magician very long. He got retired recently into the binder, as I like to say, because he'd gotten a lot of play, and I just decided to replace him with something a little bit less cool than himself, a different Dark Magician. So I value this guy a lot. I always loved this artwork of Dark Magician a lot. So he's getting reprinted in the Mega 10s, but nothing will be as cool to me as the ultra rare from the Yugioh starter deck. Next card is going to be the Red Dark Magician, and this one is the Japanese one from the premium pack in Japan. So this card I got a long time ago. I think I might have had this card longer than any of the other cards when I think about it. So this might be the oldest card that I own, as far as that's been with me the longest. So this came out of the premium pack. I had this over a decade ago. So before the Yugioh's legendary decks, we didn't have these in America, but I was able to get these a long time ago. So having this card has been pretty cool. I've always valued it, and I felt like one of the only guys that had this card. So when the new Yugioh's legendary deck came out and everybody's like, oh, we're finally getting Red Dark Magician, it's so awesome, I was like, you know, hey, I've already had this guy. So I really, really place a high value on him. Really epic card, really awesome artwork, and I love him. Next card is going to be another Dark Magician card. So this one isn't super valuable. This one is just kind of a collector piece, and this is the Prismatic Rare Legendary Magician of Dark. So if you guys aren't familiar with this card's text reads, must be Xyz summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. If this card attacks your opponent directly and reduces their life points to 0 while it has an Xyz material attached that was originally a spellcaster type monster, you win the match. So it's a replica card, basically meaning that it's just there as a novelty. You can't use this in a real duel. It has no real value in the game as far as playable cards. So, you know, it's a neat little piece. I pulled it from a pack. I didn't buy it, so I tend to place a higher value on the card that I don't have to spend money on, just because if I can acquire them by some natural means, I think it's pretty cool. And I love that card. I love Dark Magician stuff. I was ecstatic when I grabbed that card. At the time that I got it, it was like a $10 card from the World Superstars pack. Alright guys, so the last card, or group of cards that I've got for this video, they're going to be cards that I've got every rarity of. There are more cards in this collection. I just wanted to do a few for you guys, just 10. So the next card that I've got is a card that I value a lot. It's got sentimental value, it's got just the cool factor going for it, and it's going to be Redeyes Flare Metal Dragon. So I have it in the Secret, I've got it in the Ultimate, I've got it in the Ghost, and I've got it in the Gold as well. So story behind this card, I got my very first one actually was the Ultimate. So I remember pulling this in a special edition Clash of Rebellion box that my wife got me. So I pulled an Ultimate, and I remember it was like the coolest thing ever. I was just like, oh man, this card is so awesome, because I'd wanted it, but I didn't buy it online because it was still quite expensive. So I had the Ultimate first, and then I believe I pulled a second Ultimate. The second Ultimate is actually this guy. The first Ultimate, it's actually in my Redeyes deck. So when you see the deck profiles and you see the Ultimate Redeyes Flare Metal Dragon, I pulled it in a Clash of Rebellions pack, so I never had to buy the Ultimate. The Ghost Rare, you guys saw me pull one on the channel before, but this one that I have here is actually the first one. So my wife actually bought this for me as kind of a Valentine's Day present. So I was able to get this from her. It was really nice. I remember her telling me that she'd gotten the card for me, and it kind of got here later than Valentine's Day. So when it got here, I thought it was so epic. Right now my camera hates this. It's having a hard time focusing. And then the Gold, when I found out this was in the Gold set, I ordered a copy, and I ended up pulling a few out of the Gold set. So still really love this card. This one is actually the one that I bought online, so this was my very first of the premium Gold. And then the Secret Rare I actually bought online after the Gold set it came out, because I figured if I had the Ultimate and I had the Ghost and I had the Gold, I had to get the Secret. So Secret I actually did buy. So of this set, I've maybe had like 3 or 4 of these Gold. I pulled the second Ghost Rare on camera for you guys. And my brother actually owns the second one. We were able to trade for something that I wanted at the time. He had it, and I figured he would value that. So this is actually the thing that I value most out of that trade binder. It's the 4 of these guys. So let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to really see in the comments what you guys would rate as the 10 cards that you guys value the most in the game. And if you guys have seen any of my openings and deck profiles, you kind of have a sense for my personality, but a lot of the things that I place a high value on don't really have a lot of monetary value. So some of these are still worth a pretty penny, like the Dark Magician Girl. The Ghost Rare Blue Eyes is worth decent value. Yacht is, nah, it's okay. But, you know, these cards just mean a lot to me. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know which is your favorite of the 10 that I have here on display for you guys. I'm really curious to see what you guys think are the coolest of these, but let me know what your coolest cards are. You know, they don't have to be $30 cards, they don't have to be $100 cards. Heck, they could be a 10-cent card, but if you enjoy it, then, you know, I want to hear about it. So be sure to subscribe, and if this video does pretty well, if it gets, say, 15 likes, I'll do another one. I've got more stuff in the binder. This isn't it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you guys think by liking the video, and I'll certainly do another one. And until next time, take care, guys. Be sure to subscribe.